story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on CoreTV News at 7. I am Ebrulomo Adikunle. The Sheikh of Borno, Abubakar Garba, has expressed optimism that the Boko Haram insurgency will end soon. Garba made the statement when he received a coalition of civil society organizations in his palace in Maiduguri. He said it is unfortunate that the insurgency had negatively affected the social and economic development of the state. The monarch says in its over 1,000 years of existence, Borno had witnessed similar crises in the past but came out stronger. He added that what is needed is prayers and commitment by the federal government in fighting the menace. He says Boko Haram insurgency is alien to the people of Borno, who are known to be peaceful and law-abiding. He commended civil society organizations for initiating numerous support programs for victims of insurgency in the state and pledged its cooperation where necessary. Doctors have suspended their nationwide strike in response to calls for them to join the national effort to stem the spread of Ebola virus. But a group of doctors are still insisting on going ahead with the strike that began on July 1. The Nigerian Medical Association said in a statement that the incursion of Ebola into Nigeria is the main reason for suspending the strike. NMA President Kayode Obembe noted that the incursion of the Ebola virus requires all proactive and preventive measures to tackle. He added that the government has made positive efforts on all 24 demands, issued 10 circulars and letters of authority, as well as promised to make necessary payment of arrears within the next 4 days. Residents of Abuja woke up on Friday to be confronted with rumors of the arrival of a carrier of the Ebola virus. According to the message which is circulating through the social media, a passenger who tested positive to the virus flew into the capital city on Thursday night. This rumor is spreading alongside claims that bathing with salt water can prevent infection of the disease. Nigeria's health authorities have slated a news conference to address these issues and to also provide updates on the outbreak. Journalists were later informed that Health Minister Onyebuchi Chukwu has been summoned to the presidential villa to brief President Goodluck Jonathan on efforts to prevent a national health crisis. Fresh from being cleared of impeachable offences, Nasarawa State Governor Tanko Almakura has continued to receive solidarity visits. Members of the All Progressives Congress have also become regular faces at the government house since the investigative panel dismissed charges filed by the State House of Assembly. Pius Samuel reports that the state capital is still in a jubilant mood days after the governor was cleared.
Party supporters first converged here at the APC Secretariat, just on the outskirts of the capital city. They are seen in groups discussing the outcome of the investigative panel, which cleared Governor Almakura of all 16 allegations leveled against him by the State House of Assembly. Different groups with different musical tunes stormed the party office to show their support for a governor whom they insist has brought change to his people. Then it was time to visit the governor. They walked for over 30 minutes from the APC Secretariat to the government house under the rain. And when it was time for Governor Almakura to address party faithfuls, the beats rose a notch higher amidst the chants. Now, satisfied, they are eager to hear from the governor.
They have accused us. We have appeared before the panel, but they failed to come and appear. We are law-abiding people. If it was true, why didn't they show up?
Many in the crowd are sure that the state would have been in mourning if the panel had found the governor guilty.
We are celebrating the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are celebrating the rule of law. We are celebrating the challenge against impunity by State House of Assembly of Nasarawa State. We are celebrating development. We are celebrating progress in Nasarawa State because this is the first time that a governor has been vindicated by an impeachment panel, and we are happy for that. My governor appear, the party is vindicated, the government is vindicated, Alhaji Tanko Almakura is vindicated.
And this is our amiable governor, because Umaru Tanko Almakura, he is the amiable governor. He don't want violence. He don't want crisis. It is because of the fees that other people from other states are running, coming here into Nasarawa State, because we have peace in Nasarawa State.
The 7-man panel of inquiry only sat for 3 days, after which the governor was cleared, but his supporters are keen on celebrating his acquittal for many more days. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Lafia.
After an impeachment crisis that stretched into several weeks, residents of Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, can now afford to heave a sigh of relief. Many of them are also still in a jubilant mood. Many days after Governor Tanko Almakura was cleared, Pius Samuel, just back from Lafia, takes a look at how the people saw the impeachment process.
The impeachment saga, which characterized the political scene of Nasarawa state a few weeks ago, has taken a new dimension. What would have turned to be a sad story has now become a source of joy and celebration for the people of the state. Residents and party faithfuls danced their sorrows away amidst different tunes, showing their support for the incumbent governor.
Anywhere you enter, must enter together. Anywhere this our governor go enter. Because this governor will not have any governor for this world. Well, we don't get her. Lie, you know go pass this governor again.
And this impeachment, if they should impeach this governor, we as the youth of Nasarawa State, we are not going to be happy for that. Because no governor in this state, since the creation of Nasarawa State, has done this. Firstly, the people that are even educated, he gave them work like the NIS. Some of them did not go to school, but still here they are still paying them like government workers.
Even though the situation went round, the only thing the governor would just advise, and that is why you can see from a lot of median houses that he do plead his people that no matter the situation, they should calm down.
This is the hall where the 7-man panel of inquiry sat for 3 days. The panel gave the members of the Nasarawa State House of Assembly grace to appear before them to defend the allegations leveled against the governor. The PDP lawmakers of Nasarawa State House of Assembly refused to show up at the panel sitting on Tuesday.
That the Nasarawa State House of Assembly, having failed to leave any evidence to prove any of the 16 allegations contained in the notice of impeachment, the panel has no option than to dismiss the allegations.
I am now in front of the Nasarawa State Government House, and the stage is now set for Governor Almakura to fully take charge of the affairs of the state without fear, after he has been cleared by the 7-man panel of investigation. As it is now, the only thing that concerns the people of Nasarawa State is that Governor Almakura is free from allegations of gross misconduct and has escaped being impeached. But unlike the case of Murtala Nyako of Adamawa State, who was recently impeached, will Almakura's case be the end to impeachment saga in the country's democracy? Especially now that the 2015 general elections is just around the corner. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Lafia.
Former military governor of Kaduna State and human rights activist Abubakar Umar said the decision by the People's Democratic Party legislators in Nasarawa State to continue with the impeachment proceedings against Governor Tanko Almakura after being cleared of any wrongdoing by the panel constituted by the Chief Judge of the state is an invitation for chaos. He said Nigerians were not fooled by the antics of the legislators who want to make them believe that the impeachment was necessitated by the need for good governance in the state. He urged the legislators to exercise their power with due regards to the general interest of their people, adding that it had become incumbent on all people of goodwill to oppose and speak against the abuse of legislative powers by the lawmakers. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress has asked President Goodluck Jonathan to apologize to the people of Nasarawa State over the failed move to impeach the state's governor, Tanko Almakura. The APC alleged that rather than call the Nasarawa lawmakers to order on the attempt to remove their governor, President Jonathan decided to host them. A statement from the Rivers State chapter of the party also urged the people of Nasarawa to recall the lawmakers from the People's Democratic Party for orchestrating the failed impeachment of Almakura. The statement, signed by the senior special advisor to the Rivers State APC chairman, Chukwuemeka Eze, pleaded with the people of Nasarawa to join other Nigerians in ensuring that the PDP was punished for such an action. The party decried the impeachment of former governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako, and the militarization of Ekiti governorship election. The deputy governor of Enugu State, Sunday Onyebuchi, has dared members of the State House of Assembly to impeach him, saying he's not afraid of losing his office. The deputy governor, who was present at the sitting of the panel of inquiry that is investigating allegations leveled against him, spoke to journalists shortly after the medical director of the government house testified that the offensive stench from Onyebuchi's poultry is an embarrassment to the government. The medical director of the Government House Medical Center, Anthony Ogbonna, said the poultry posed deadly health risks to residents, workers and visitors to the Government House. Onyebuchi faulted the testimonies of the medical director and other witnesses called against him, accusing them of falsehood, insisting that he had not committed any offense that warranted impeachment. He dared the lawmakers to remove him. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has ordered to return to the old school fee structure of the Lagos State University. He said the action was born out of relentless plea from the students and staff of the institution. Omontayalo has more.
Students explode in shouts of joy and gratitude when Governor Fashola announced the reversal of the school fees to the old rates. Before the governor's announcement, Vice Chancellor of the university, John Obafonwa, urged the university body to look beyond the difficulties they are facing and work together for the great good of the institution.
Today, the university is awarding postgraduate and higher degrees on 2,622 deserving students. This sums up to a total of 11,791 graduates. These wonderful men and women have satisfied every requirement for the award of their various degrees, and on behalf of the university management, I say congratulations. While we celebrate the products of this great institution, we must not fail to recognize and indeed admit the challenges that we have to contend with.
Speaking at the 19th convocation ceremony, which also coincides with the 30th year of LASU's establishment, Fashola says the decision to reverse the old fees is aimed at putting an end to activities of busybodies who are manipulating the situation for personal interests.
Our children have also shown that they can choose this path of conflict resolution by reaching out to me for a revision of their fees, which I had acceded to in consultation with the State Executive Council that gave a reduction of 38 to 60% across board. We have also had to consult very extensively, and we have come to the conclusion that the current economic realities of our country compel a return to the old school fee structure.
While commissioning the Lagos State University School of Transport building, Fashola restated his commitment to providing quality and relevant education to all. He added that the practical experience students garner from the new school will help improve the country's transport system. The reversal is hoped to bring an end to the numerous protests generated by the initial hike in the tuition. Omotayo Alo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
You're watching the CoreTV News at 7. We'll take a break and we'll be back with stories outside Nigeria. Don't go away.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome you to From the Ivory Tower. On happenings around the country, varsity teachers get to air their views. Students are actually not left out. We bring you intellectual ends from the events happening around you. It is dedicated to educating the populace with a spice of entertainment.
From the Ivory Tower, Tuesdays, only on CoreTV News.
The deadly Ebola virus is again spreading in West Africa. The virus has fatality rate of up to 90%, meaning many who contract the disease die. A subcontinent have witnessed over 900 deaths. Please help prevent the spread of Ebola by observing the following precautions. This is a social responsibility awareness campaign of CoreTV News.
Thank you for being there. And outside Nigeria, Israeli warplanes struck targets across Gaza in retaliation to rocket fire after a 72-hour truce expired without a breakthrough on a longer-term ceasefire. Palestinian militants started the rocket fire ahead of the truce expiry time. Gazans fled homes in fear before Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned of a forceful response. The bloodshed ended a 3-day calm that followed a month of fighting between Israel and Hamas. The Interior Ministry said warplanes struck targets in Jabalia in the north, Gaza City, and in the center of the Palestinian enclave. Witnesses also reported artillery shelling in the east and north of Gaza City. The Israeli army said it targeted terror sites and that Palestinian militants fired 33 rockets at the Jewish state, wounding a civilian and a soldier in the south. Both efforts to find a longer-term ceasefire in Cairo are ongoing. Oscar Pistorius' defense lawyer said that cold facts did not prove the star sprinter had intended to kill his model girlfriend as he launches a final bid to save the Blade Runner from life in prison. The gripping 5-month murder trial that has at times played out like a soap opera broadcast around the world reaches its final on Friday ahead of George Thokozile Masipa's verdict, which could come within weeks. Making his last-ditch argument to the court, Raux accused police and prosecutors of ignoring evidence from Pistorius' upmarket Pretoria home that did not support its circumstantial case a day after the prosecution painted the athlete as a liar. He said the evidence in hand suggested the 27-year-old Paralympian should never have faced a murder trial, but rather the lesser charge of culpable homicide. During the trial, Pistorius underwent psychiatric evaluation, and an ensuing report said he was suffering post-traumatic stress disorder, but was not suffering any mental illness that could prevent him from being held criminally responsible for his actions. And that's all we have for you at this time. Join me again at 9:45 for the primetime news. Thank you for watching. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle.